So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 62 of our Portsmouth crew mode on the PS4 FIFA 15. And we're going to be kicking off this episode with a home game up against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. So as you guys do actually know, we did recently just play Crystal Palace. Our last game we ended up drawing 1-1 with them in the league as they scored a late equaliser. But now we've got them in the FA Cup, and hopefully we can try and get some revenge here and knock them out the FA Cup and hopefully progress even further into the FA Cup. So I'm sorry for not uploading every day so far this week and last week, and the reason being is because, as you guys do know, I'm still at school and I've got A-levels, and this week's have been the mocks, so I've been concentrating on them. I've got mocks as well next week, but I'm going to try and get as many videos as I possibly can be uploaded. But obviously, you guys know what it's like when you're at school, or if you're still at school now, you know what it's like. It's just hard work and time consuming and God knows what else. And for example, I just sometimes don't have the time, and sometimes I'm just too tired after studying and everything to actually make a video. So I'm sorry for that, guys, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. But we do end up winning this game 2-0, as you see here. Dembele goes through this time. He skips past the goalkeeper, just showing how much confidence he has. Goes past Price and finds the back of the net. And also, as you guys do actually know, in episode number 60, I did ask you guys for an opinion on whether to start a new career mode. So you guys, basically, there was a mixed response. A lot of you guys said you wanted me not to do one because you wanted me to focus more on this one. Others said, yes, you want me to start another one with West Ham was quite a popular option, as was West Ham. Liverpool was quite popular as well. Frankfurt was quite popular. So basically, I know you guys want me to start. Some of you want me to start another one, some of you don't. But at the moment, I'm just going to wait until the end of this season. Once the end of this season's up, we will then be able to decide what we want to do in the future with new career modes. But as she here, it was unbelievable. Swansea City come back and said they had accepted the 17 million counter offer for Ronaldo Hurtado. So our player that is only valued at 2.5 million was going to be leaving the club on a 17 million deal, as was Mbanyang. We decided to accept the offer, and Mbanyang would be leaving the club on a 40.5 million deal to Manchester United. And to be honest, when I saw these offers come back, you know what I do. It's the same as what you guys always do probably. When you guys play career modes, you probably just counter offer for stupid money just because you know they're not going to accept it. But in both cases, they both come back and accepted it. In Mbanyang, there's no way I can possibly turn down a 40.5 million. He's 77 rated. I know he is young, but still, he's only valued at 5 million, and to get a bid for that much is just unbelievable. And also, Hurtado has also left the club for 17 million. So as you guys can actually see there, the players have been sold. We do actually decide to try and maybe go in for Lacazette. We're not 100% sure whether we want him or not, because he's 25 years old and his wage bill is very, very expensive, so we'll only be able to afford him if we can bring him in. We also go in for Eric Dyer, the centre-back from Spurs, only 22 years old. We decided to offer 3.5 million, and we don't really want to go any more than that because his wages are quite high as well. We also go in for Eric Lamela, 17 million they wanted for him. We decided to lower it down to 14 million and maybe just see if they'll accept it. You never know, Spurs might accept it for their 24-year-old. And we also decided to go in for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We decided to offer a 12 million bid for him, the 23-year-old English right mid. Another player we do decide to go in for is Divock of Rigi. And for some reason, they said they only wanted 1.6 million for the 21-year-old. And I do know he has got really good potential, so I just thought, okay, I'll go ahead and offer him. If that's all they want for him, I will go ahead and offer it. And also, Lyon did actually accept the bid for Lacazette, so maybe Lacazette will be coming, and we decided to offer him a contract. But as you guys do know, it's going to be very difficult for us to try and get players in as well on contracts because we're in the Championship, we're not in the Premier League. They're going to want more wages. They're going to say they like living in their places. They're going to say that the league's not prestigious enough for them. You know the story, and that's just the same thing that happens week in, week out on career modes, and you guys have probably experienced it. But in this game up against Blackpool, we get given a penalty in the first minute, or the third minute. We get given a penalty. Amiobi gets taken down by the Blackpool defender, and he was pretty lucky actually to stay on the field. He didn't get sent off, but thankfully we did get a penalty. It was going to be our right back Gorka, the Scouter Future star that we did actually manage to get in, and he looks very promising. He's now 71 rated, and hopefully he can start to grow in the up and coming seasons, and maybe by the end of the season he'll maybe in the mid 70s, and maybe next season we may be able to try and get him into the 80, which would be great if we could. Step up and take the penalty. He would step up. He goes the same way as always, as he puts the goalkeeper the wrong way, and the worm celebration just to top it off. And within the 9th minute we do end up getting an early lead in this game from a penalty, and Gorka never really misses from penalty. I don't think he's missed one so far this season, but unfortunately they do get a goal back in the 38th minute. Very unlucky there. It wasn't really an own goal. He tried to block it on the line, but unfortunately he deflects it into the back of the net. I thought it was going in anyway, but a little disappointing there that we couldn't keep that one out. It was actually his hand as well that put it in, which was even more disappointing. But Blackpool are now on level terms, courtesy of an own goal from Ayan, which I don't really believe was an own goal. But they didn't get a good chance here. Miles comes through, has a shot, and unfortunately for us, in the 75th minute, Blackpool get the goal, which put them back on level put them in the lead. And it was gut-wrenching, because especially we were all over them in this game, and they had one chance. They got really lucky to score that one, and then from here I don't know where our centre-backs was going. There's one centre-back that wasn't even there, and it was a simple ball through. The goalkeeper comes rushing out. Unfortunately he doesn't have time to react, and Daycup Mells puts the ball in the back of the net. But in the 82nd minute, Vitinho gets the ball, has a shot from range, and I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing, but that was an awful mistake from the Blackpool goalkeeper, and we found ourselves back on level terms. It was a lovely control there and a lovely hit, but still the goalkeeper should be getting a stronger fist on that and be putting that one past post. But McAvoy runs through, he cuts inside, he shoots and finds the back of the net. So we had somehow miraculously got ourselves back in front. We were somehow losing this game 2-1 from being 1-0 up. We were losing it 2-1. We score a lucky goal from Vitinho. We cut inside with McAvoy, who had recently come on the pitch, who was actually playing for the absence of Mbaye Niang, because as you guys do know, we do not have Niang anymore, as he has gone to Manchester United. And in the last stage of the game, Amiobi comes through. He is through. He plays the ball to Ben Dembele. Dembele through to Bartram, and Bartram slots the ball into the back of the net, and we end up winning 4-2. So a very controversial game, you could call it, as we did do very well, to be honest, to actually win that game 4-2. It wasn't really a reflection of the score of how Blackpool played, because they did actually play pretty good, and Blackpool did deserve something like that game, I believe, because they showed gut and determination to get themselves back in the game. The goalkeeper, unfortunately for them, should have actually saved that, but I'm not complaining, and Bartram picks up a crucial goal for us and wins us, or pretty much secures the win for us. And that was how the game finished, and we ended up picking up the 3 points, and Dembele does pick up the man of the match 8.2 rating. The Spurs offer was then accepted for Eric Dier, the 23-year-old. He's now gone up, he must have had a birthday recently. We also go in for Lucinho Vieto, the 23-year-old striker from Villarreal. We offer him 6 million. We do know he's not going to accept, because I do believe he's quite promising as well. Also, the deal for Eric Lamela was accepted. 14 million deal was accepted, and we go ahead and offer him a contract, as Eric Lamela is one of my favourite players as well, as I really like to bring him in. We also get the offer accepted for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, 90,000, and we'll only either accept Lamela or Chamberlain, and also Origi's offer has been accepted. And I'd love to bring in both Origi, Lamela, or I'd love to bring in 3 players, to be honest, or maybe even 4 if Eric Dier is included, because if we could bring in Dier to strengthen up the back, we can bring in a striker to obviously cover the absence of Hurtado. We also need a right mid, which will either be in the likes of Lamela or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We also need a left mid, because Bartram's getting on a little bit, and we need a quality left mid. And maybe we'll try and strengthen up depending on how much money we have left at the end of after buying them players. They are the most important. And actually, here there's a few players that we're interested in on signing to bring into our squad. Basically, there's like monthly scouting report to see if there's any decent ones. We also get an offer for Pedro Azog. We decided to up it to 3.2 million just to see if they accept it from Bolton. He's reasonably good, to be honest. I have no complaints. He's been playing pretty well, but even if we could sell him and bring in another player, it would be good to see anyway, because I don't believe he's going to be going up that much more in ratings, because he's just a free agent I actually did get, and I was really actually tempted to take this offer as well. 16 million from Stoke City. We decided to upper it to 29 million because he's 20 years old, he's 74 rated, and I do believe he will still go up, maybe even get into the 80s, which would be brilliant to see. We also then get Eric Dyer joining the club, and the 23-year-old is our first signing of the January transfer window. As you see there, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's deal was also accepted. We wasn't sure whether he accepted because we wanted to wait to see if Lamela would accept, because I was edging more towards Lamela because he's more my player. I like Lamela, just because he's left foot, he's got better star skills, etc. Luciano Vieto, we also go in and offer him 9 million because the 6 million was not accepted. As you see there, Eric Dyer, 75 rated, and he's 23 years old, and he looks very, very promising. He's got 91 strength, and that just is a brilliant stat for a defender. As you see there, the transfer offer was accepted for Bolton for Pedro Azog. Also, Eric Lamela would be joining the club. We decided in the end to go for Eric Lamela instead of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And that's actually it for this episode. If you did enjoy the episode, please make sure to hit the like button down below, as it's very, very much appreciated. And I really do hope to see you next time on the next episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode very, very soon, and we pick up our first 80 rated player. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.